Well, not one of my favourite jobs, and I'm not one to hide anything, so I'm going to show you my bad jobs as well as my good jobs. Some of the excuses that other trades give, honestly, piss poor. That and poor. Someone's smoking weed around here. Whew, that is strong. Good morning, everybody. How are we all doing? So, I'm on top of the world today. I've gone back training. For those of you who didn't know, I trained down in Worthing, a place called Project Spartan, and I've been going for 5 years now. And I've done really well, to be fair, over the years, but I've also done not so well. So I seem to be a bit of a, I'll sabotage myself. I'll do really well, get really fit and lean, and then I'll go and sabotage myself and eat loads of crap and oh, someone's smoking weed around here. Whew, that is strong. Sorry, went off track. Yeah, so I went back training today. I haven't been for a couple of months because I've had a bad back. So yeah, it was good to go back today. I feel really good, and it's really early in the morning, so my alarm goes off at 4:40 AM. I have to leave my house at 5 AM. It starts at 5:30. It's about 25 minutes drive, 20 minutes drive. So yeah, feeling good. I'm feeling good and I'm feeling fresh, ready to hit the day, attack the day rather. I'm on my way. I just had a phone call from a lady who's locked in. She's locked in her house. She's got a failed mortise deadlock, which can be an absolute pain in the arse. If anybody knows of any other techniques to open these without having to drill the lock, be great. I've had it before where you put the key in. Obviously she's saying it's just not opening, but I've spent 5-10 minutes just wiggling the key, keep trying it from both sides. I've lifted the key as well and that's worked. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do that. If not, I'm going to have to drill it open and get to the levers and manipulate the bolt across. But yeah, just wondered if anybody else has got any other techniques, because there's nothing else that I know other than doing that. So yeah, anyway, we're going to go there and get this door open for her and change the lock. So I will see you there. I'll try and obviously video as much as I can, and I'll see you there. It's coming out again, guys. Nowhere to park whatsoever. I'm on double yellows. So this is going to come out, and might outmine it. I know it's not dark, and that's the reason why I got it actually. Well, that's the reason why I asked for it. I might even put my hazard lights on, make it look like a proper emergency. Right, let's get there and see if we can get this door open. Okay guys, so this is the failed lock. I mean, it's virtually impossible to see what that is anyway through there at the moment. The customer's given me 2 keys, which are for this, so we'll give it a little wiggle, see if we can get it open. If not, we're gonna have to drill it, but even identifying this is gonna be fun. Right, there. Oh, lovely customer. So the customer's just said that where they've been trying with the key for a while to open the door, it kind of got to a point and it kind of went a bit too far. So I'm looking through the keyhole, I can see that the curtain's dropped. So it's probably just snapped out, so I don't think there's any way this is going to open with one of these bad boys. So I think it's going to have to be a drill it open. The trouble I've got is identifying it. It's so rusty in there. Don't even know I'm going to identify it. Happy days. I'm just going to show you what I can see through there. Which, you see the curtains drop there. It's quite difficult to see, but yeah, the curtains definitely dropped. So I have to start trying to find out what this bad boy is. I'm getting the drill. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this hole a little bit bigger. Down here, I don't know if you could see in there before, but trying to ID it, it's just all rusty. But I can see and there's a little bit of grey casing up there. I'm just going to make that a little bit bigger, just to see if I can get a better idea what that might be. And then, yeah, try and ID this and get the drilling point. What I've done, guys, I'd like to drill another little hole here, which will be covered by the handle. It's so rusty in there. To try and identify what this is, but up there I can just about see there's a bit of grey, there's some grey paint on the top there, so there's no hard plate. I can see the curtain, so should be able to ID this. Have a look at this, look at the movement in here, look. The thing ain't even fixed. Fighting a losing battle here, aren't What a job that was. What a job that was. Oh, that weren't fun. I couldn't ID it from the outside because it's completely rusted, but it's just an error of eye count. So I'm just going to fit the new lock for the lady. Right, all done. all it leaves me to do is have a tidy up of all of this mess, and then we're done. Lovely. Last little bit, so I'm just going to put a bit of decorator's cork in there and run a little bit of black silicone just down the edge of this handle. You can just see there, just a little hole well drilled, so you can run a bead of black silicone down that. There we go guys, a bit of making glue in the frame, and I've run a bead of silicone just down the edge of there. Oh, falling over, just down the edge of that door so you can't see any gaps or anything there. Anything a bit more smoothing off actually. There we go. Lovely. Right, that's this one done. I'll show you the lock in a minute. I'll get back in the van. Yeah, atrocious what I've done, but needs must. Well, not one of my favourite jobs, and I'm not one to hide anything, so I'm going to show you my bad jobs as well as my good jobs. I mean, you could probably just about see the problem I was having trying to identify the lock. Now, I thought it was an era to start with, and then I wasn't sure. I couldn't, from the outside, I couldn't see the two little dimples either side of the keyway. I thought it was the a Viscount, which is curtained but not British standard. I could tell there wasn't a plate on there, so I knew it wasn't British standard. I started questioning myself because the spindle where the keyway goes through was silver, and other than the Viscount, when I was looking through my lock IDs, the only other one I could find was a Yale non-British standard, but where the spindle goes through, that one was brass. So I was thinking, this has got to be the era, but I couldn't. You know, it's so rusty around the keyway, I couldn't feel any dimples and I couldn't see any dimples. So anyway, I couldn't ID it, and in the end, I just kind of, I went a little bit trigger happy. I think, I'm not proud to say, but I'm going to show you the lock. Look, this one was just a mistake. I mean, I don't even know why I did that, because I knew that with the lock being on the right, that the bolt was going to be over this side. But anyway, like I say, I'm sharing my mistakes with you. But yeah, I don't know, somehow I've reset the bolt anyway, but there it is. Now it's in the light. Is that a dimple? No. Oh, I don't even know. That could be a, yeah, there's a dimple there, look. In the door. I couldn't see that at all. On this side, on the inside, clear as anything. Now, you're probably thinking, why did I not try and get in and do it from the inside? I'll tell you for why. There was a window I could have climbed through, but it was a kitchen window, worktop, sink, big old tap right in the middle, and I thought, there's no way I'm risking doing that. There's no way. I just thought, no, I'm standing on the outside, got it done. I was there for just under 2 hours, and that was drilling it out, fitting the new lock, which again, do you know what I mean? It's not ideal. I'm pleased she wasn't locked out. She was locked in the property, so yeah. Anyway, like I say, thought I'd share my not so good jobs as well as the good jobs. It's the way it happens, and that's all part and parcel of being a locksmith. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's messed up drilling a lock. It's part of the reason why I hate flipping drilling locks as well. It's so difficult to get the right, the right point. You've got to ID it first and then still drill the right point. So yeah, part of the reason why I hate drilling them. But anyway, it's done now. Let's move on to the next one. Right, we are now off to a job in Woodendene where I previously fitted a gate lock, a coded lock, probably about a year ago now. But the customers had a new gate fitted, and whoever fitted the new gate obviously refitted the lock that I fitted, and it's a bit too low, so it's starting to catch. I mean, it's been fine apparently for a little while, but now it's starting to catch on the bottom of the keep. So from memory, you can't really, there's not much adjustment on the actual lock, so I don't think I'm going to be able to lift the lock, but I can try and file the keep just a little bit so it clears, or even pack out the hinge. So we'll see when we get there and see what we're going to do. See you then. Just on a job. I fitted this coded lock a little while ago, probably about a year ago. The customer's called me back. It's a marine grade lock. Look at the state of that. So I need to contact the manufacturer about that, because that shouldn't have gone like that. But it's also, the door seems to have dropped, so it is locking, but it's catching on the bottom of that key. This is a new gate, so whoever fitted the new gate refitted this, and I did come back to try and lift it up a little while ago, but got it as high as I could. But it's still just sort of catching. I think the door's dropped maybe a little bit again, so I thought maybe what I'll do is just pack this bottom hinge out a bit. Half the screws are missing. Look at that. So I'll pack that bottom hinge out. Put all the screws in all the hinges, count the guns down. Why they couldn't do that, I just spoke to the customer and they said they fobbed them off with a reason that because it was hardwood, they couldn't put all the screws in because it was going to split. Yeah, load of rubbish. Anyway, I've packed the bottom hinge out, which means the bottom of the door goes that way, which means that bit of door goes up a little fraction, and it's just enough for that to clear now. You see that's not rubbing. It's very close, but it's not rubbing. So yeah, that's this one done. But yeah, I'm going to go back to the manufacturers about this, because this is marine grade. I mean, they are. And that's the sea down there. So right in the distance, that's the sea. So they are quite exposed, but it is a marine grade lock. And if anything, you'd expect the outside to have failed, but it's not. It's actually the inside. And it's even bowed. You can see that gap between the actual lock and the door, and under there. It's pretty bad, to be fair. I'm not impressed. Some of the excuses that other trades give, honestly, piss poor. That one, they put, you could see there was like 3 screws in a couple of hinges, 2 screws in another, and the excuse they said to the customer, the reason why there were some screws missing is because it was hardwood and it would split the frame. Well, it weren't a hardwood frame, it was a softwood frame, but they managed to put all the screws in through the hinges in the hardwood door, in the hardwood gate. I mean, why don't you just do it? It's like 5 screws missing, just do it. Unreal. Anyway, yeah, so like I say, I actually fitted that lock to the gate. Actually, no, I fitted the lock to their old gate, okay? Then they decided to get a new gate. So some guys come along, fitted the new gate, then refitted the lock that I had fitted on the old gate, but they fitted it too low, which is why it's now sort of scraping on the on the bottom of the key. So hence why I've just kind of tried to get over it as best I can for the minute. I'm going to get hold of the manufacturers about that lock, because that was a marine grade code lock that I put on there. So that shouldn't have, you know, and the weird thing is, right, is that the outside where you put the code, which is the side that's going to get most weather, is absolutely fine. The inside, the bit that's rusted, is actually under a cover. What's going on? Anyway, I'm going to contact the manufacturer, see if I can get them to send out a new lock for that, because they're not impressed, as you can imagine. It's only about a year old. I've seen the cheap, I mean, that wasn't cheap. I've seen cheap locks last better than that. So yeah, we'll see if we can get that changed over. But he's happy with the gate now. It's shutting. I mean, it's still only just missing the bottom of that key, but it is closing, so he's happy with it.